Utah Capitol Journal 2012, brought to you by Comcast and the Utah Cable Television Association.
Comcast Cares Day was a huge success. Comcast would like to thank the more than 3,100 employees, families, and community volunteers who gave of their time to enhance 11 elementary schools, city parks, and other organizations across the Wasatch Front to help kids and community members power their dreams. With your support, we made a lasting difference for thousands of students and community members in need. Thank you, and special thanks to our partner, KFC, for providing lunch.
Comcast Cares!
Hello, I'm Dale Zabriskie. Welcome to Capitol Journal, appearing 24 minutes after each hour on CNN Headline News and on Comcast On Demand throughout the legislative session. Our guest for this segment is Representative Joel Briscoe. Representative Briscoe, thank you for being with us. We live in a desert and water is very important to all of us, and you want to talk about water legislation or water wars.
I have a bill that I hope will assist the state of Utah in preventing water grabs. For over 20 years, Southern Nevada Water has been going after water in the Snake Valley, which a valley that encompasses the line western Utah, eastern Nevada. And recently, a man on Colorado is asserting a claim is trying to develop 200,000 acre-feet of water out of Flaming Gorge Reservoir in the Green River and pipe that water over 550 miles to the Front Range of Colorado. Governor Herbert has not yet officially opposed it, but says that Denver's not going to give one drop of Utah water. So my bill is a very simple bill. It would allow the Constitutional Defense Council to expend money in the future if they ever felt it was necessary to defend Utah's water or Utah's interest in the use or appropriation of any of our water rights.
Yeah, the problem is not only do we live in the desert, but our neighbors do too. And so everybody wants what little bit of water is available.
And in 1922, the Utah legislature, along with several other states, signed a compact about which state would get which amount of water, the Colorado River water system, and we guard our portion of that very jealously, as does every other state. The people who represent us and all the other states get together and talk about that, and every time someone talks about opening up, they shut that down.
Now that compact created what we've called the Central Utah Project.
That was one of the offshoots.
Right.
It was our water rights, which we developed from that.
There has been a unified effort to protect the water. I mean, it's not it is definitely a bipartisan issue or a nonpartisan issue to protect our water rights historically.
If we were not able to pipe water over the mountains, over the range, from the Colorado River Basin to the Wasatch Front, Utah would look much different today.
And there are a series of reservoirs and aqueducts and other things that have been put together on this.
That's correct, and as Utah and other states, we are on a growth surge, and we need to be able to make sure that we have water available for all the uses that we're going to put water to use. While we conserve, we also need to jealously guard the water that we do have.
Now, the Colorado eventually ends up in California, and they have a lot more votes in Congress than we do. So is that part of the problem?
That's true, but the compact hasn't really been, even people have talked about it, hasn't gone anywhere, and the compact exists. We want to make sure that we keep what's ours, which is why I'm proposing the Constitutional Defense Council have the chance to expend some of those funds, if necessary in the future, at recommendation of the governor or anyone on the Constitutional Defense Council to defend those rights should we ever believe that they would be jeopardized.
Now, is this Defense Council, is that part of the Attorney General's office?
It includes representatives of the Attorney General's office, the legislature, and the governor's office.
How many, is it a commission, is it a group?
It's a small group. I'm trying to remember, it might be 3, it might be 5, I can't remember the exact nature, I read that once. And could I just, as we close, put in a pitch for every citizen who's interested in policies in the state of Utah on Tuesday, March 13th, if they're a Democrat, to go to their neighborhood caucus.
Okay. Thank you very much for that reminder.
You bet. Thanks so much.
Thanks for being with us. Please join us again for Capitol Journal, appearing 24 minutes after each hour on CNN Headline News and on Comcast On Demand throughout the legislative session. You can also find us on Facebook.